Tavius Jones, LCSW with Seed Community Enrichment. Welcome to the Seedcast. Today I have my good friend Roxane Brown with Wulfpack Games, here to talk a little bit about rebranding and whatever else comes up. Okay. So Roxane is a jack of many trades. She used to be a chef, worked at the post office. She's very passionate about what she does, and she's one of my good friends. I enjoy spending time with her. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, hi, everybody. Roxane here. I am a liver of life, and I want to learn as many things as I can. I've had past lives. I was a chef under a Grand Master chef in Georgia. Randolph Shirk. That was a long time ago, working up in Dawsonville. I'd go to pastry shows in Atlanta, represent a golf resort that I was at. And what else? Let me see. I've had children. That was a big part of my life. And 2 daughters. I have a grandson. And I'm, oh boy, still employed by the post office. However, I got hurt back in 2020, and I've been going through multiple surgeries and have become a bit disabled. So I'm not physically fit to work at the post office anymore. So I spend a lot of my days over at our shop, and I do a lot of painting of miniatures and terrain. I play games with people. I also work in the community. We believe that if we build our community, that they will keep us with them, that they will keep us in business and want us there. And so I am a chamber ambassador with you, and I also sit on the board as the small business committee chair, and I'm also the head of the task force, which we just kind of try to make sure things get done within the chamber. I go to people's ribbon cuttings. I help celebrate them. I lead a monthly vendor market that we set up for free in front of our shop to try to get micro businesses to make business. These are people that would be awesome to have open a shop one day, maybe. What else? I'm a cat mom. And I like my quiet life, but I like to travel too. So it's hard because I have a lot going on, and travel can be quite restrictive financially, time-wise as well. So I don't get to travel as much as I like to do, but I was able to travel some drastically recently over to the Baltic with my father, and that was very nice.
Yeah, it was a lonely 2 weeks without you.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so sad.
No, I'll bet.
Roxane and I first got introduced to each other through the chamber. I met her and Daniel at a Coffee and Connections, and then I just started seeing them all over the place. I was like, hey, I like these people. And I was looking for a place to play Magic the Gathering, make new friends. And I did make one new friend, which led to another new friend. And we do a podcast together. We don't play games as much, sadly. Some people don't like losing.
Yeah. Burn. I know who that's directed at.
I mean, it's the truth. It's not directed at anyone. But yeah, I've enjoyed myself at Wulfpack Games, and I think you guys are a great business.
Well, thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about the rebranding? Like, how has that been for you? I know it hasn't been long, but have you seen any changes with?
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of positive feedback. There was a minor current of, why are you doing this? And that kind of a feel like, oh, it's offensive. This is my game store. This is my club. Don't just change my club on me. But we've gotten mostly a positive reactions on it. People love the logo. The logo's rather cool. It is. I think people are mostly treating us more equal. Before, it's true, like and it still happens occasionally, but not as much, that they would want to talk to just Daniel, and Daniel was the only one that could help them. And even if it was in my realm, they wanted to talk to Daniel. You know, if he answered the phone, they already assumed it was the owner. So that also doesn't give him a break either. Now he can just be like, if someone's like, "Do you work here?" Because if they're new to the shop, they don't know. He could be like, "Oh, sometimes, yeah." So if he doesn't really feel like stepping up so hard, he can kind of fall back too. Yeah, I think people know that there's things on the horizon. Things have come with it. We've started our own podcast. That's definitely a new thing for me. And the changes should be coming more and more. There's things that are in the future that will probably be happening. We're looking for some growth. We're looking to possibly move location as well, even though we have a wonderful spot right in the center of the community. But for our business, it's not necessarily the best. We actually could use more space. We could invite larger tournaments, hence that would be better for our business.
Okay. Has any process of the rebranding been scary for you or challenging?
Oh, yes. So one of the things that we have seen, an example is Gigi's Gelato and Grind. She is an ice cream and coffee shop, a gelato and coffee shop that was on our side of the street. And she moved her business across the street. And while that's not a rebrand, she lost a whole bunch of her customer base. They didn't know where to find her, even though it was on Google. It was all these places. She's had a harder time rebuilding that, even though she's in a much better position where she's at. When you change, some people just don't like change. And we try to talk to them about all the reasons why we needed to do this. It started with more than one person, and it's grown into a community effort for us to be there. Our community works for us to be there too. It's definitely a symbiotic relationship. So we don't want to lose people. What else? Just the cost to rebrand. There is a cost, especially when you're talking about signage, business cards, swag like T-shirts, the time cost of all the websites, your vendors that have your name. Some of them don't like to change. They don't like to change an address either, where you may need to have something shipped. If your hours are changed, that's an issue for a lot of vendors too. For delivery's sake, it definitely is an issue for shippers. That's a big thing that we come across, but that's something else.
Have you guys changed hours?
We have. So we are closed Mondays, Tuesdays. Mm-hmm. We open from 2 to 10, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 12 to 10 on Saturday, 12 to 9 on Sundays. We found that last hour on Sundays, no one was coming in anymore. So we could get home to our kitties a lot sooner.
Fair enough. Okay. I didn't notice the hour change, but I think I've been a fan of the rebrand.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the work you two have done, like before going live with everything. I was like, yeah, that's a lot of work. And I think you did it mostly yourselves, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All of this that we've been doing, it's just Daniel and I really doing the things. And Joel is the one that has really helped spearhead on the podcast. And also a lot of the tournament plays that we do, Daniel will collaborate with him for prize support. Also, Joel goes out to different conventions and gets our name out there for us, which is big. One day, hopefully soon, we'll start doing conventions. that's a whole nother kit and caboodle. With only two of us, someone needs to run the shop. And we're a team. We work best as a team, even if we argue a lot. But it comes to really good ends. I don't know how that works, but for us, it works. I wish we had to argue to get there, but so we need to be able to go out to the conventions. We would like to hire some people. It'd probably be some part-timers. A lot of people want to work there because they think, oh, I want to work at a game store. It's not all fun and games. As a matter of fact, it's harder because you're the rule maker. You stick by the rules. That's not the fun side of things. You make sure the rules are happening. So that is one of the changes that hopefully we can get done soon. That's hard to do in a game shop.
Okay. And there's talk of having the rules everywhere, right? Because I haven't seen that yet.
But we've been working with trying to get it made into a professional sign. Just one when you come in. It's on the socials now. At least some of them. Yeah, it's this there's a lot to switch over and make sure, did this go here? Did this go there? Yeah, right when you come in, the rules will be there. It's pretty much rules that people already know. It is all directed to keep the place running as smoothly and easily as possible and as welcoming as possible. That's our big thing, because if those things happen, we don't work so hard. If we don't work so hard, we don't burn out so hard. If we don't burn out so hard, we have more energy to put back into playing the games, learning the games, getting out there and spending time versus cleaning up or doing paperwork. You know, the boring adult things.
Okay. I'm kind of going through a rebrand myself.
Oh.
Hence the podcast. I've also made some changes to my website and kind of like my brand colors. Still working on rolling some of it out. But it has been difficult. And I think the thing that kind of helped me was I also got interns at that time.
Oh, cool.
And one thing I know about me is when other people are involved, I'm more likely to get something done. Like if I have responsibilities, I'm going to do it. If it's just me by myself, I'm going to chill out. I'm going to take my time.
Yeah.
I'm going to relax. So having them around has been really helpful. And I do plan on keeping one of my interns. She's been very helpful.
Great.
Good person to kind of brainstorm off of. So yeah, it's been interesting.
How do you manage that? Your business is different than ours.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage the changes someone could bring that might not be in your fault, like what your vision is?
You know, there's one thing about me. I'm open-minded. I'll listen. Like as soon as the interns came in, they were like, the website needs to be changed. And I did the website myself. I knew it wasn't the greatest. So I was open to that feedback and those suggestions. And I kind of just took them around with them. Now, the follow-up conversations weren't the greatest, but I kind of kept that going and kind of just being open and getting other people's view too. Like somebody I go to a lot when I'm working on something is my mother. Like, hey, what do you think of this color? It's like, I like that better than the previous one. Well, I wouldn't have known that if the interns had made the suggestion. So, yeah. And everything isn't going to be a hit. Everything I come up with isn't going to be a hit. So kind of compromising and making it better. I think that's the beautiful thing about being a human.
Yeah.
Collaboration. We can learn from each other. Just kind of being open to that.
Yeah. For us, I think it's scary because we definitely have a vision of, and I don't feel like you see it a lot nowadays in businesses of being fair practice, accepting, and having a welcoming environment. What does that require? What does that take? And then if people start changing it, I mean, if you have one employee and you're not there, what are they doing that could maybe influence the future of that business? What problems could that be causing? What good things could it be causing? Like, what are we not seeing ourselves because we're stuck in our own bubble?
Mm-hmm.
But so, yeah, that is something that we've talked about. You know, it's a scary thing for us specifically. Mm-hmm. We have our baby. We have this baby, and this baby, we hope for big dreams, right? And we want to direct it to go in a certain way. Sometimes a step parent steps in and it could mess things up or something, you know?
It could. And, speaking about change, I think my clients have been somewhat resistant to it. Like I'll have my interns reach out. Like, hey, can you let this person know about this? They won't get a response. I don't always get a response, but if I text a client like checking in on them, they're likely to respond. If my intern reaches out, I'm probably not going to say anything. And I've had potential patients come in too. I'll call, my intern will call, no return call from the patient. It's like, what do we do? It's like, we just take it. At least they reached out in the first place. Our name's out there. So we just have to keep refining the process until it works. So, yeah. Okay.
You introduced your intern to your current clients, though, right?
I told them about my interns, and I have another assistant too. It's like, you may receive contact from this person. And I'm like, when you reach out, make sure you tell people who you're with, who you're working for, and what your purpose is. So yeah, still learning. I don't like leadership. It's not my thing. It's too much trouble sometimes, but
You know.
I think that's where the growth is, though, doing those uncomfortable things. And I think I'm okay at leadership. I think it's sometimes the other person, can they listen? What do you do if they don't listen? And I try not to take it personal. Not saying my interns don't listen. I'm just saying in general.
Indeed, yeah. Taking the lead on things. I don't know. I'm on that cusp of age of becoming a crone, the old wise woman, and a lot of people talk to me like that now. You're still young, straight up. If people change over time, and they're like, "Oh, well, she's been around for decades. She's got to know something about this," and it's that matriarch patriarch thing that they start. Maybe they didn't get taught directly from theirs or whoever was in their lives. It's a responsibility, and I do feel like, yes, I have learned things. I do feel like I have not learned everything I need to know for sure. But how do you pass that down in a responsible way, and knowing that the majority of the time people either aren't going to listen, don't want to listen, or don't agree, and because they think, well, maybe if I try this is a different thing. And so that's a good thing. Curiosity is a good thing. But man, if someone asks me my advice, it's like, don't ask me and waste my time. I know.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't like talking because I feel like people aren't going to listen. It's like, what's the point? So sometimes when I do respond to people, outside of being in this room working with people, if I say something, it's going to be very short, straight to the point.
Yep.
I'm not going to add extra detail because you probably don't care.
Well, that's you. I definitely know that about you. Sometimes it's like, come on, John Tavia, say more. Don't be like, yup. Like, because I know you're the listener. You're the listener.
I do enjoy listening. I like giving people something. I don't receive a lot because I feel like a lot of people don't listen. So I try to be that sounding board for people. And if I do feel like you value my opinion, I'm going to share it. But if you have something to say every time I say something, I'm not going to say anything. It's like, what's the point of this? It's not even a conversation. You're just talking.
Interesting. Yeah. I wish I had that kind of patience. I feel like I'm always trying to be heard. That's how I do put myself, like, I'll say things, and then it's like I do get that reaction, like, they don't care. Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's a balance.
It is.
It's a balance.
If I do share my opinion and the other person isn't receptive, I don't take it personal because I know it's not about me. It's a them thing. It's not that what I'm saying isn't important. It's they just don't value it. And that doesn't mean it doesn't have value. So yeah, it gets tricky. But I enjoy talking to you, Roxane, listening to what you have to say. I think you're very insightful, very passionate.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think you put a lot on your plate, so getting to be there for you.
Yeah, I always say I'm not going to take on more, and inevitably I have like 3 times of things more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saying no is a difficult thing.
It is.
I want to fix the world. It's a crazy world that we are in, and it has been even before the past 10 years. It's just been a crazy world, and there's a lot of things that could be done to make this better if people just put a little more in. And yeah, I want to. I'd sacrifice myself, I think, to fix it in the way I think that it needs to be fixed. Though that's one of the problems too, handing off responsibility. But I have said no a couple of times to certain things, certain responsibilities, like maybe not me, or maybe we're not the ones that you need to show off or whatever. There's these things are happening too, and that's it takes care of the issues in a backdoor kind of a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's why if one person's taking on too much, then they're not getting as much done as many hands can do, and other people learn by you saying no and fixing the problem.
Do you feel guilty when you say no?
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to. So growing up, I didn't have too many people I could depend on. Like, yeah, I had my mom, but she was working, she was busy. I didn't want to bother her. So I tried to be that dependable person for everybody else. And I burnt myself out. And one day, I just had the realization, I was like, why am I doing this? Like, am I doing it so the other person reciprocates? Back then, the answer was yes. Like, I have to give because I want to give. And if the other person doesn't give back, I'm not going to take that personal. I'm not going to let that change me as a person. I did stop giving as much because I have to be there for myself too. I have to treat myself the way I want to be treated. And if other people can't reciprocate that, I have to pour on myself. Yeah. So that made saying no way easier. No guilt attached. Because people are going to feel what they feel. I can say yes. You can still feel some kind of way. It's like, he better do it. He owes me. If I say no, like, he owes me, he should have did it. Who knows? Who knows what the other person is thinking? So I try not to take that on. It's not my job to resolve that for you, unless you're on that couch and I'm here to help you. Then I can help you resolve it. Other than that, it's your problem.
Yeah. You got to keep your gas tank full if you want to keep going, to keep doing the good things. That is what it is.
What keeps your gas tank going when it comes to the business?
Well, I value the relationships that I have there. People may not think I do. I don't go out all the time onto the floor, sale floor, or game floor, I should say. Sales a loose term in that shop. I do value. It's like, if I don't see someone, it hurts if they go away. Sometimes people just disappear, and I guess are they still alive? Are they okay? I know they were having this problem, or they're older. When people move that have been integral to the community, that we feel that. And every now and then they may come back and visit. It's funny, they'll come back and they'll make a stop in our store, and you don't do that to every store that you shop at. It's like, I'm back here for a day visiting family. They do that at our shop a lot, and that's cool. I will leave occasionally. I have that ability. Daniel wants to be there. So if I'm feeling like it's getting overwhelming, I do thrive in the sunshine and air. I do. I'm a person of nature, so not being inside all day long. I enjoy any sunlight that comes through the windows, and the darker that we tint those windows, the harder it gets for me. So I do that. I get to paint, and I enjoy painting the miniatures and assembling the miniatures. I love assembling miniatures. I used to do that with my brother when we were growing up. He'd build models all the time, and then tear them down and build them again with balsam and popsicle sticks and stuff. And I'd be sitting there with Elmer's glue holding things together for him forever. So I used to do that, and I guess it's comforting in a way. But I try to keep some focus on what I want to do with my life. Obviously, what I said, travel's a big thing. It's an expensive hobby. But I kind of always think back, like, where do I want to go? What do I want to do next? Why do I want to do it? What else do I do? I just go and try to see anything new and going out. I love the chamber things. I'm exposed to so many different situations I never thought I would be at and never thought I could be accepted in. So that's really cool. Makes me feel worthy and valued. And that's important to me for reasons of, my past, where maybe I didn't feel so valuable or worthy, come from kind of some tough times in my background. So I think that's how I keep going on in hopes that I can do some of what I dream about. And I know I'm a big dreamer. And people are probably like, oh, she's just talking out her butt. She wants to do this. It's not going to happen. Sometimes it does. And then they're all surprised. It's like, it was there. It's just some things have to align for that to happen because I'm a big dreamer. I like big deals. Yeah, that's what I do. Sometimes I shut myself out a bit from others, and I don't mean to. I've got 5 million things in my head all the time, and I'll be talking to someone, and then I was like, whoop, it's gone because my brain went somewhere else. It's not on purpose. I got a lot of brain fog too. A lot of surgeries up under my belt lately.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for joining us here today. What is some advice you would give to people looking to start a business?
Well, do your research. Access places like the Chamber of Commerce. They have excellent resources. If you live in an area that doesn't have such a great Chamber of Commerce, contact our Chamber of Commerce. They are amazing, and they just want to help people get going in business and keep it healthy. Have patience with yourself and know that you're not going to get it right the first time. Probably, you can try. You can definitely try. You don't know who your customer base is going to end up being and what their needs are. Be willing to flow. Be willing to put more work in than you're going to get out, unless you got unless that idea just hits. If you're in it for the money, most of this is not going to get you rich quick. You got to start somewhere. Make your markers. Make your goals. We got to our first year goal. We got to 3. We stayed to 3. 5 is our big one. That's generally retailers are pretty set to keep going after 5 years. You figured it out. But you always have to be able to change. The advent of social media and the internet. I'm coming from a place of really before that, and how business was done. Now it's like innovate, fast. Boom, boom, boom. Learn this new social media platform, AI. Ooh. That's a big tough one to understand because it changes so much, but it's inevitably part of the world now. So how do you use that as a good tool, and how do you know when that tool shouldn't be used? Because it's the best part about your business is the core of it, and that's you. That's what's coming from you, the passion, the love of. If you don't want to be there, it's not going to work.
Okay, awesome. You got any final words for us?
I appreciate you having me. I hope that this went well.
I mean, I think so.
I'm not a big podcast person, but here I am doing podcasts and things.
Exactly.
It's a new kind of a world.
And then, you got anything coming up for Wulfpack games you want to kind of plug?
Well, but we always have tournaments and we always have drafts. We're an official Magic store. That's the biggest one. It's probably one of our biggest games, but we also do Warhammer tournaments. Let me see. We're going to be shutting down for a couple of days in September. We're getting married. And to be honest, a lot of my brain power is in that right now. I have a very short amount of time to do a lot of work that I didn't see coming, but the stars have aligned, and this Wulfpack is growing its den a bit in that way. So that's a big, big deal.
And it is.
And after that, I mean, we're just hitting the ground. Like, school just started, so right now it's really slow because everyone's trying to focus on their families and also their students. We have a ton of teachers and get that organized, but it should be picking back up again soon. And then for the next 6 months after when September hits, it's go time for us. We have so many things that happen with the shop, lots of parties and planning, and yeah, there's something else that'll be coming, but that's not for me to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's big stuff though.
Okay.
Some changes, definitely some changes.
Awesome. I look forward to it and the wedding. I can't wait.
Okay, party time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Roxanne. It was good having you.
Thank you, John Tavius. I